Okay, so we talked today about planning some of our responses. Remember, you will get a named poem, so you will have that poem in front of you. You need to know those 5 key poems: Kamikaze, Poppies, London, War Photographer, and Exposure. So make sure you know those. Again, Exposure is a really good one to know quite well, 3 quotations from each, and then be familiar with the other poems. So when we were thinking about poems to compare, the first one that we looked at was consider the effects of conflict on people. So I think perhaps Kamikaze and Exposure would be good poems to compare when it comes to considering the effects of conflict on people. I'm going to start with the quotations that I know. So, a head full of magical incantations. The ending, he must have wondered, she said, telling us something about a narrator, which would have been the better way to die, and a one-way trip into history. For Exposure, the opening line, our brains ache, the iced east winds knife us, but nothing happens. For love of God seems dying, and is it that we are dying? And you don't need all, just, what you can remember. Is it that we are dying? Okay, so you might start with an opening statement. Both Kamikaze and Exposure deal with the damaging effects of conflict on people. So I've just got that little opening comparison. That's fine, you don't necessarily need it. Then I'm going to start into my first peel about Kamikaze. So Garland, using the author's name, that's important, last name, uses a metaphor in the opening stanza of her poem Kamikaze to suggest the damage, conflict, specifically World War II, has on individuals. Okay, and then I'm going to use that metaphor. So a head, and it's just shaven head, isn't it? A head full of magical incantations. Okay? This could imply that the Kamikaze pilot is no longer able to think for himself. His head is filled with Japanese propaganda, and he, puppet-like, is acting out the will of others. Okay. The adjective full could imply that the pilot's own identity, his own thoughts, memories, and feelings have been removed